right path, right time, no session, and I just don't make yourself that yeah. Him give her a clean hands and a pure heart. You see, she got it from the start again, again. But your heart, it be like a wisdom devil over. Why not with a shine, with a listen, yeah. Well, even in this man of the most, I tell gently, you watch you root from the beginning, then. Them can't hold watch you down. You see the most, I got one him with a triple crown. You can't hold beauty be down. She keep burning them, the words for us and a sound. You can't hold watch you down. And this a serious thing, this time America, 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 down, America, down, America, down. You got back shots in them, yeah. She bends your stone to the rain. Thank you for blessing her again. She tried it to the streets and to the lane. I will not be a gunshot. The people of back on the main, yeah. Father, you carry her through. So many are called but the chosen of few. No care who I go and do I go. If you want to clean, so you can go to clear up what you're telling. I will learn down. You see the most I got one him up with a different crown. Yo, keep her down. Him keep burning them with words for us.
Good evening, conquerors. Welcome back to Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring with your queen, Cleopatra. I know I missed you last week. Did you miss us last week, guys? I missed you last week. I just want you to know that last week we had our live show for some of you who had joined us on Sunday. And that's the reason why we didn't have our show on Friday of last week. But here we are back with our special guest. As you know, it's going to be none other than Sharon Frazer, who has visited Death Road. But today she's giving God thanks for life, that she's still among the living. So what I want you to do in the meantime, thank you, welcome, and thank you for joining us today. If you're joining us for the very first time, we welcome you. We extend a warm welcome to you. We call you our conquerors, and thank you to our faithful ones who come back every week. So what I want you to do right now is text somebody, tell somebody, tag somebody, and let them know that we are live. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. All right, so spread the word. Share if you care. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. And your concern concerns us. Together we conquer. In the meantime, I am actually going to play another song so that you can get time to share and tell everybody that we are live. Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring, all right?
My God will deliver me. He will deliver me. My God is amazing. I know He will deliver me. He will deliver me. He's inspiring. My God, He is faithful. I know He will deliver me.
Thank you for joining, Terry. I see you. Welcome. Thank you for those of you who have joined us on YouTube. And we are also going live on Instagram. So tell your friends, a friend, another friend.
No matter how I valley, my God will deliver me. My God is amazing. I know He will deliver you. He will deliver me. My God is faithful. I know He will deliver you. When doctors tell you that the sick can't get better, when bills are piling up, you start to feel
the pressure.
My God is there's power in the Almighty.
There's power in the Almighty God.
My God is amazing. He deliver ladies fire. He will deliver me. My God is faithful. I know He will deliver me. He will deliver me. My God is amazing. I know He will deliver me. He will deliver me. My God is faithful. I know He will deliver me. He will you. God will Cleopatra, God will deliver you. God will Lady, just God will deliver you. God will Ladies uplifting, God will deliver you. God will Ladies inspiring, God will deliver you. God will deliver. If you're abused, you've been misused, lost and confused, you have no food and no money and no honey, suicidal thoughts. My God, that is my God is amazing. I know He will deliver you. My God is faithful. I know He will deliver me. My God is amazing. I know He will deliver me. My God is faithful. I know He will deliver me.
Good evening, Jackie. Welcome to Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring. Okay, guys, once again, thank you for staying tuned with Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring. It's your Queen Cleopatra broadcasting live to you from Naples, Florida. So what's going on, world? What's going on in your world today? It's Friday. Happy Friday to you. All right, so we're not going to waste any time. As you know, show starts at 8:15 p.m. And I do have my special guest in the back. She is patiently waiting to join you guys. So come on, guys, come on. Good evening, Shaki. Thank you for joining. Good evening, everyone who joined us. If you're joining us again for the first time, we thank you for tuning in to Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring. Text somebody, tag somebody, tell somebody this story. I'm sure you want to hear, because a lot of us sometimes we go down some paths and we narrowly miss some, gates or death paths, whatever it is. And I'm sure you're going to want to hear this lady's testimony this evening. All right, so without further ado, I am going to bring her on stage, on platform. Welcome to Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring, Miss Sharon Frazer. Good evening, live from Jamaica. How are you? How are you doing? I think you are on mute. You want to unmute? You want to unmute yourself?
Oh, so you're hearing me now?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear?
Yes,
that?
I can hear you loud and clear. Okay.
You hear that?
I'm fine. I'm highly blessed, and I just want to give God thanks for allowing me to see this day onward.
That's right. I see Nicole.
That's right. I see Nicole Reed.
I'm not sure if you have a device, but I'm getting it. Can you check your phone?
That's me.
That's right. I am getting a feedback. Do you have Facebook running right now?
No.
I don't know what's going on, but getting okay. All right, guys, sorry about that. So we're gonna try to see if we could correct that. Thank you for joining. David, what's going on? Long time I don't see you, man. Welcome to Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring. Text somebody, tag somebody, tell somebody. I know you could have been elsewhere this evening, but you chose to join us here at Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try to reconnect her, guys. So please bear with us. I'm going to play back the flame up. Come on, guys. Put your fire up in the comments tonight. Don't feel afraid. And if you have any questions for my special guest, please do not hesitate. Don't feel afraid to ask questions. That's what she's here for as well. All right, so here goes. Thank you for rejoining us, Sharon.
Could I join you?
Okay, can you hear me?
I'm hearing you now. I'm hearing you.
There you go. So yes, guys, she's with us live and direct from Jamaica. All right, Sharon. So I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself. I mean, for those who have not heard of you, who have not known about Sharon Frazer, who've not seen that viral video a video that went viral some weeks or probably months ago, not too long ago, guys. So Sharon, I hand over the floor to you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good night, everyone. I am indeed Sharon Frazer. I am the lady in that video that went viral on the 11th of March, 2021. With God, all things are possible, and I'm just thanking God to be alive today. Yes, I am alive. I'm walking on my grave. So I'm just rejoicing, you know. It's a good feeling to be alive, you know. It really feels good. It feels good to be alive. You know, with God all things are possible, and who could it be but God himself? I am here. I can speak about what I went through on the 4th of July 2020. It's almost a year, and I had to outburst myself to get the attention that I should be getting, because the justice system had failed me. But I have God. I have God. I know God. God loves me and he saved me for a reason. So I'm always up ready to give my testimony. A lot of people will ask me, how you get out? And sometimes I'll say to them, ask God. Ask God, because if you challenge God and you really believe in God, you will know the power and the things that God can do, because indeed he can move mountains.
Amen. And with that being said, you know, this is just the beginning of it, guys. I gotta replay this song one more time, guys, so get used to it. He delivered. Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. Resurrected Garvey, thank you for joining. Come on, guys. Come on. My God is amazing. I know he will deliver. He will deliver. My God is faithful. I know he will deliver you. No matter how high the mountain, no matter how rough the sea, no matter how wide the valley, God will deliver, ladies inspiring. No matter how high the mountain, no matter how rough the sea, no matter how wide the valley, my God will deliver you. My God is amazing. I know he will deliver you. My God is faithful. I know he will deliver you. Thank you for joining us on Instagram. Welcome to Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring. When spirits up, I lift up the start to build up. Go on your knees and heal any disease. He healed and he rescued Sharon Frazer. So that's why she's here tonight, to tell her story, her testimony, how God is great, mighty, and awesome, and he's a deliverer. My God is amazing. I know he will deliver you too. My God is amazing. I know he will deliver. Come on, Sharon Frazer, sing. God will deliver you. If you're happy, you've been misused. Last time confused, you have no food and no money and no honey. Suicidal thoughts. My God, that is my God is amazing.
Only He will deliver me.
My God is faithful. I know He will deliver me. Come on, guys. I know you too have a story. Come on, guys. You have much to give God thanks for. I know He will deliver me. God will deliver you. God will deliver you. Welcome, Slim J. McFarlane. God will deliver you too. God will deliver you. Come on this evening, get ready. Stay tuned to hear a testimony of God, how He delivers. It's not really Sharon's phrase. It's not about her, no, it's about how God delivered her. So you heard she introduced herself. Most of you would have seen that video that went viral when she was crying out in the town of Ocho Rios in Jamaica, West Indies. And she was crying out to the world, like she stated, that's the only way she thought that someone would have heard her cry, because the justice system, she don't think, or she doesn't think that they're doing any justice on her behalf. So Sharon Frazer, I'm going to allow you to speak. Tell us more.
Okay. You know, it feels good when you really can rely on God.
I see you smiling. I see you smiling earlier, so I know that there must be something great.
It feels good. It feels good. It's a good feeling. Cleo, you know, every day somebody will want to hear this story. You know, I have friends, and sometimes they will ask me, Sharon, you know, how you get out? And I will say to them, you know, only God can answer that question. Because if God says I'm to be alive today, I am saying no man could have stopped me from being alive today. I am God's child. I'm God's child. God wanted me to be alive, and He spared me for a reason. And for that reason, I just want to make sure that I give Him all that I can. Even if I fall, I will just brush off and get up again, because I've promised Him. He kept me, and I promise to do my best. I'm not perfect, but I promise to hold on to Jesus, because He really delivered me. He saved me. I was this close to death.
Wow.
This close to death. And the only person that allowed me to see today's date, it has to be God. And I am sorry for any of you who doubt God and don't believe in God. I know there is God, and I always call upon God. And it makes me feel even stronger with God, you know. He was nowhere far from where I was, because when I was leaving my house, I did not leave knowing I was in danger, because this person is somebody that I've spent a couple of years with, in a relationship with this person. So I did not feel any sense of danger, other than we had an argument which we argued on a regular basis. So it was just the norm for me. It was the norm for me, but God was in it, and He kept me. And I can remember clearly, you know, when He said to me, a murder, me carry murder your BC. And the only thing I remember saying, God, is this where you want me to dead? This yes, me I got dead. Because what happened? If I had died that night, I am now thinking nobody would have known where I'm at until this day. I will still be missing in Jamaica. And so it is so sad. I had to go viral for the justice system even to put my case, which is now in front of the court. I had to cry out. It would have been a mystery Nobody would have known where I'm at. And I can just imagine that gentleman would have helped the search team to look for me. This is how serious things is in Jamaica. And
My God.
there are people who has the right not to believe or to believe. But I always tell them, before you judge me, you got to know my story. And if I've never spoken to you, it means you don't know me. You don't know what I've been through. Because I will not watch the crowd, because that's the faith that I have in God. I will not read no negative comment. I will not allow anyone for me to call in to embarrass myself anymore, because I've already embarrassed myself for 4 years. And now that I'm alone, I'm single over almost a year now, and it feels
Yes.
good to know that I'm comfortable within myself. I'm confident in it within myself. I can remember somebody was saying that I don't work. I do work. I always work. I might not
Yes.
work with a big company, but I'm a go-getter. I I will move stone if I have to move. I work and I'm a licensed hairdresser. I'm a nail technician. I'm a cook. I'm a runner. I do anything to put food in my pocket. That is of
Yes.
God. I've done nothing that I cannot speak about. But people will always want to tear you down. But thank God, I have God to uplift me. So when you speak me down and God lift me up, I can give God all the praise that He wants. I am happy. I've never felt this happy in about 20 years.
My
I have
God.
never, I didn't even know what happiness was. I am so
So,
happy. I'm
so you were
relieved. I'm
in this
light,
place.
because I can
You,
just call
mhm.
God like how I call my friend. And I said, Jesus, you see and you know, I'm now run
Yeah.
up my blood pressure because you were there, and you will allow the truth to come out, you know? And
Yeah.
I just want to
Yes.
give thanks for everything. The people who choose to reach out to me, even with a text, a phone call. I just want,
Go ahead.
go ahead, Cleo.
No, I'm listening to you, but I was saying that, you're just giving thanks to the people who reached out to you. So I was allowing you to finish so I could ask you a question. So go ahead.
Okay, I just want to say thanks to everybody who had who believed in me and reached out to me. Whether with even a text, I appreciate it. Whether it's monetary, I appreciate it. Whether it's a phone call, I appreciate it. And even if you pray for me in your own space, I truly appreciated it.
That's right. We have to give God thanks because all the glory belongs to Him, Sharon. And, it's so sad
Definitely.
to know that in a time like this, where women and children are being targeted, being, with domestic violence, being killed here and there, left, right, and center, it's such a sad note to know that, men who we should be looking up to as our protectors, they're the
Mhm.
ones who have these evil thoughts. And, I don't know what could have led that man who did, or, who you are saying that took you to that death road. Because that's why I even titled this theme tonight, a visit to death road. Because, I listened to your story. I actually saw you on the internet and I was like, wow. But I also listened to your story, and a lot of us women can relate because a lot of times we step out of bounds and we get involved with some people, go into some relationships that we should not even think about going into. And then these are some of the things we face. So, what I want to ask you, Sharon, before you met this
Mhm.
man, like you said, you were working. What were you in another relationship, or were you single, and why did you choose him? Did you know that he was married?
Okay. When I met this gentleman, which was February 2017. I don't remember the exact date, but it was February 2017. Myself and my girlfriend was sitting in Ocho-Race at the clock, and he was blaring, calling to me, and I look across and I turn away my face because I'm not really a friendly girl. I'm not a girl with man problem or looking anybody because I'm a serious person. I don't play around. And when my girlfriend said to me, somebody's calling to you, I said, no, because I don't know him. So it's not me. And he point again and say, and me ma talk to him. I said something very feisty to him that day, very feisty. That was the beginning, the first time I met that man. I said something to him that I cannot repeat today.
Right.
And he went and he parked the vehicle that he was driving, and he came back where we was on his foot. When I met this man, I was in Ocho-Race about a year and little. Yes, I was dating somebody. That was the person who was taking care of me all along, not this man. This man barely has anything. He barely has 2 oranges. It's just like hand to mouth, and nobody with no money nor anything like that. I was seeing somebody who took care of me, who was taking care of me. I say 100%. This everybody in Ocho-Race knows. This gentleman that was in the incident, I refuse to call his name.
Right.
When he started talking to me, and the night he offered my friend and I thing to drink and eat, and we just stay there talk, and you know, him still a forcing himself, and me just rest down my little, calm down myself, and I talk to him. And we exchanged number. I gave him my number and he gave me his number. He has never, ever, never tell me that he's married.
Okay.
It's a friend of mine who is his neighbor tell me that he's married. That was like 11 months going into a year into that relationship. When I met him, I was seeing somebody. It's just that the person is not living in Ocho-Race, and I only used to see this person on Fridays. It means that I have 6 days by myself, because this person not living here, and he will come by on Fridays. A very superman. A very, very, I don't know how to explain it. He was older, but if for money or anything anybody sees me with, it have to be that person and not this man. But because everybody knows this man, and most people don't know that person because he doesn't live in Ocho-Race.
Right.
He want to live off of the man's shoulder. For instance, him knows that the man have money. So he would want the man to pay my rent and him in the house 6 days a week. No. I'm a very serious woman. You can't come up my stairs unless you help with my bills. You understand me? You have to be helping with the bills to come in my house. Him watch everything. Him normally like, say want some water. He not take the water alone, him going to the freezer for ice to find out the amount of meat that is in the freezer. Because the other man was a butcher, him raised animal and something. So you hearing me?
I can hear you now. Go ahead. You mentioned about one being a butcher.
Okay. So he wants like the other man to put down the food and the money, and him just come in, come eat and drink and dime, and it won't work in my book.
But let me
This
ask
man
you something.
is a
Let me ask you-
abuser. I know female where him beat and broke them on. People when beat mash up them face. I'ma always tell him you can't lick me. Cause any day you lick me, I go make my I don't know why I'm not hearing you.
Okay, I'm not talking. I'm actually listening to you, but it's like you're going in and out. So the question I want to ask you, Sharon, I'm sure a lot of people who are listening may want to ask the same question. Now, you are seeing someone, then he tried to talk to you, but you weren't giving him the time of day. So how did you, okay, you didn't know he was married. That's okay, because, you know, we know how it goes. They lie, they never tell you. But if you were seeing someone, how did he get in for you and this man to have a relationship? What happened to the next person? And if the other person was taking care of you, how did he come in, the one that we're talking about now?
I am not hearing you.
Okay, it's your phone that you're using, right? Is there like messages coming in on your phone? All right, so in the meantime, guys, while she her phone is active, I am going to introduce to you my co-host, Talisa. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Miss Cleo, and good evening, viewers. I am doing fine, and how are you
Repeat the
guys
question.
doing?
I don't hear the question.
Awesome. Okay, the question that I was asking you, Sharon, is if you
I'm not
had
hearing
some...
you.
Okay, you want to log off and log back on? Okay, so we're going to have her log off and log back on, guys.
I am not hearing the question.
All right, so we're going to have her log off and log back on, guys. As you know, she's in Jamaica, and you know how sometimes the internet goes as well. But we're going to be talking in the meantime. Okay. All right, guys. So in the meantime, we just want to say RIP to DonMafia's mom. And as you know, DonMafia, he did our first theme song for Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring. And I don't know if a lot of you are aware that his mom recently passed. All right, guys. So I just want to say on behalf of Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring, DonMafia, you know, big up yourself. Condolences to you and the family at this time. All right, so rest in peace to DonMafia's mother. So we're just going to take a quick break in the meantime as well, and you can also listen to the voice of DonMafia.
Boom! DonMafia present for the program on him. Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring. Every Friday, 8:15. Make sure you log in. Facebook, IG, YouTube. Yo, yeah, yeah, me Queen Cleopatra. Big up yourself. Yo, Daniel, large. Feel Friday night come. Feel that Friday I come. Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring. Make the whole of the people have fun. Anyway, make we tune into the program now. We want to know how the discussion go. New York, Miami to Orlando. Whether you in your big house or your condo, we have to tune into the program now. We want to hear how the discussion go. New York, Miami to Orlando. Whether you in your big house or your condo. 8:15 Friday night it start, and when me lock in, me now want to feel like off. Queen Cleopatra beautiful and smart, with a good sense of humor for make people laugh. Natalie, they on the look good chat. Talisa, hot like a fire where a spark. Angela and Vanille, them capture man heart. But I no looks alone, I be a fox, them attack. And the black woman, them we a hand mass uplift, motivate and inspire them fast. A program hotter than 10 pepper sauce. Immigration law, you get your paper sauce. Olympian, we run past finish mark. Big artists from present and past. Pastor preach Satan, get cross. Doctors and nurses teacher in a class. Yo, make we log into the program now. We want to know how the discussion go. New York, Miami to Orlando. Whether you know your big house or your condo. Boom, I done my fair present. Ladies uplifting and inspiring. Me say big up yourself, Queen Cleopatra, the thing sell out. Man.
All right, guys, there you have it. We're just paying respect to DonMafia's mom, who passed away recently, as you see on the screen. She's there. And I just want you, if you want, you can go to his page on Facebook and Instagram and, you know, pay your condolences, sympathies, empathies, whatever it is. All right. So we see you, DonMafia, and we just want to say big up yourself, and I pray your strength and that you will be comforted. All right. So there you go, from Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring. So we have our guest who is going to rejoin us. Thank you for rejoining us, Sharon. Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Sharon? Can you hear us? Right, we're trying our best, guys, so please bear with us. As you know, please bear with us. Sharon, can you hear us? In the meantime, Talisa, what's going on? Where are you at in Jamaica?
Yeah, no, I am in some part of Jamaica right now. Just here, really, staying inside and following the protocols that have been set in place for citizens like myself.
Okay, so you heard a little bit about Sharon's story. What do you have to say about that, being the fact that so many women are being killed, especially in Jamaica?
I heard a little bit, honestly. I came when she was talking about, I missed the first part. I came when she was talking about Ocherios.
Okay.
So I don't know what happened as yet. So I'm hoping as we can fix the technical difficulties so I can hear the story progress. I just understand that she was with someone and then she was with another person. That's as far as it goes for me.
Okay. All right. So I hope that we can get her back with a good connection. Thank you for rejoining us, Sharon. Can you hear us? Can you hear us,
You're
Sharon?
loud and clear now.
Okay, there you go. I should have told you to put the phone or something on airplane mode, because if any text or anything comes into the phone, it will interfere with the live.
Yes,
so you can. Okay, great. Okay, so the question I was asking you is the fact that you said you were in a relationship with another man, and this man, he was trying to put argument to you to get your attention. What happened there that you ended up in a relationship with him when you were already in a relationship before? We're getting silence again. Can you hear us, Sharon? Okay, guys, so we're trying to reconnect with our special guest. As you can see, I'm just asking for your patience and your
Uh,
tolerance.
but seeing as though you are here from the beginning, what do you, if you can play back the story so far and then give us your opinion on it, as
So
in
for
retell what you heard, and then
right, hold on. Okay, welcome back, Sharon. Can you hear us now? Can you hear us, Sharon?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, just go ahead and I'll allow you to speak. You were telling us that this one was a butcher and all of that, but I was asking you if you can hear me, how did you end up in
Yes,
that
I'm hearing
relationship?
you. Yes.
Right. How did you end up in a relationship with this gentleman when you were already in another relationship prior to?
What was the question? You were asking me something.
Yes. You said you were in another relationship and then this man tried to get your attention to get in a relationship with you. So what happened? Did you ditch the other person for him? And being that you were saying that the other man, he was taking care of you, what happened?
Okay. As I was trying to explain, the person is not right. No. Yes. Yes, he was. However, I tried to explain to people. Remember, say giving me money doesn't always make somebody happy. There is always a loneliness and an emptiness that I had because he's not living in Ocho. So most of the time, 95% of the time, I'm by myself. So after I hear 2 years with this man living like that, I only see him on Fridays. This is where the devil will intervene and, send this man come now when we can see him every day.
Okay.
Seeing this man every day, it kind of pull us together because I live closer to where he works. I live closer to his place of work. So I'll see him in the morning, and every afternoon. Most nights he's here with me until about 2 or 3 p.m. That's when he'll go home. For the first year, he literally sleep with me every single night.
Wow.
We are women and we enjoy the company of a man, not only with sex, but for even a good conversation or knowing that somebody else is in the house, you know. It felt good in the beginning. However, I told him about Mr. Right. So he knows that on Fridays, what I do on a Fridays.
Okay.
I'm free up to by 2 or 3 o'clock on a Fridays. I'm gone back home and I'm by myself again. The first year doing this evil person was comfortable with it because he knows. Meaning that if him come and see the vehicle, him know who is there or whatever.
My God.
Then him start acting up. Like him want to tell me say him are the man, him no want the man dead, but him want be the man. But when the bills to be paid, he's the boy. But when for come up front, come enough up yourself, you are the man. But when a bills time, he is the boy. Okay. This person that I was seeing lives with somebody. However, I was just doing me. As it's not like he was my personal man. It means that I cannot call him after 6 p.m. If something even happen, I can't call his
Miss
phone.
Sharon.
I cannot call him before 8:30 in the mornings. Those were our little rules that we had. This evil man, you can call him anytime. Anytime. So he didn't tell me, and based on what he was doing around me, it didn't seem to me that he was seeing somebody. But I get to understand the wife was not living in Jamaica at the time. This is why he was so free.
Oh.
He doesn't wear his wedding band. I am not from Ochares. How would I know?
Okay.
Him not like the people around me, like him come because I do hear on my veranda. And if him come and me I do hear, him step past by not even saying good evening. And then like my friend that said to me, say, Sharon, you know, some now come back here because your man and manners and whatever. But him know what him do because he doesn't like to see people around me. Right. So him use him first here for break off as much people as possible from around me.
He was controlling you.
I don't know why I am not hearing you guys now. If you're saying something, I heard Sharon and I didn't hear anything else.
I think we're a bit delayed.
I don't know if I must continue talking. I don't know.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because I'm not hearing you guys right now.
Go ahead. Keep talking. Keep talking. Okay, there we go again. Can you hear us now, Sharon?
Clear, are you hearing me?
Yes. Yes. Yes, I'm hearing you.
Cleopatra, are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Yes.
Okay, I think the problem is I'm not using a Wi-Fi. I'm using the data on my phone. So probably this is why my connection sometimes keep going in and out, because I'm using the internet from my phone because I don't have Wi-Fi at home.
Okay. That's okay.
So as I was trying to explain, is the person I am seeing is seeing somebody, and his wife wasn't in Jamaica. So both of us find that lose time for ourselves. He's not an honest person. He never speaks the truth. This man doesn't know the word truth, not even for a minute. What he does that I didn't even realize, he came to my house one Tuesday and have an argument with the man that I'm seeing. The person that I was seeing is a Liza Fiam older, and he almost shoot Keith. And he knows that the man has a Liza Fiam. It's like he not think. So when everybody has said to me, say, Cher, the man love you, the man don't want to see you with the other man. No, it's no love. What he was doing, him know say the man money make me look nice and feel nice. So when him do, him war the man for mash up me and the man. So when him mash
okay, guys, the connection.
and the man no because he already have the evil thinking for me. When he mash up me and the man, him now know what him a go do to me because but I have to ask him now for. So when he mash it up now, he would have get for come here anytime you decide to live a double life. And I am not afraid to talk about it. I was ungrateful And this is what plays out of the end of me being ungrateful. This is the result of being ungrateful. Because that man, that little man, he would have moved mountains for me. Mountains. If I said jump, him say, oh, I. So a lot of people see me with stuff and believe it was Keith. Keith cannot keep $1 because him did like 10 women one time. So he could not have anything. Probably food the most. Probably food. Because even though myself and you was arguing for you to want to kill me because of food, and when I look the amount of food that is in my house now, I've never been in my house when you were here. This is how God works, and I'm doing it by myself. I'm not dating anybody. No man can say them I do nothing for me or nothing. Me I start my show right now. I'm running my house right now.
There you go.
And I'm happy. I'm happy. It feels good. I didn't know I could do this by myself. But sometimes God put us in situation to find ourselves. And that is what is happening to me right now. I have found myself. I have found myself. And it feels good. I can't explain it. I feel good. I have forgiven him because he cannot even speak the truth. So I have to forgive him so that I can pray in peace. I could not pray in peace. Each time I want to pray in the middle of the prayer, everything come back to my head. Listen, guys. Let me make this clear. I've not been to any counseling whatsoever. None.
Wow.
This is something that I have to deal with by myself every day, every night. Let me tell you something. Nobody has even offered me no form of counseling. Nothing. I have to live with this. And when I cry, I don't cry because I'm sad. It just hurts sometimes to speak about it. I'm not sad. I don't want nobody to think I'm sad. I'm not sad. I ain't sad. When I go to my bed and I pray, I sleep in peace. Because the truth sets me free. And I am free at last. When I found out about the wife, at one point I was comfortable in it, and then, you know, start hearing about other people, and it get to my head because it don't worth it. It don't worth it. There was nothing in it. When I looked at myself, I'm a beautiful woman. I'm a clean woman. I knows my worth.
You are beautiful.
I've asked him more than 10 times. More than 10 times. Stop coming around me. I want to be myself. Him leave him wife, a morning time in bed. In a so shots, telling wife, say, I'm going to exercise a ball ground, and he'll just drive to my place. And if I don't let him in 3 or 4 a.m., 5 a.m., nobody cannot sleep. This big 50-year-old man leave him wife in the bed. And I'm speaking about 2 months before this happened. And if from the first day Mr. Gardner met me, he knows that I'm not an easy walk over. Because I will tell you some words, I'm going to run him. And you're still there with me. Still I come at my house. I argue with your wife. You're still asleep at my yard. Still I eat at my yard. What is it you left me to do? I did not take your wife to any pastor. I did not. It is you, and it's your responsibility to respect your wife. It is not my responsibility. However, she has not troubled me. I know that one day I went there to call him, didn't know that she was in Jamaica. And she came out, I'm a run her away. That was the only time I ever remember of an argument with this lady. And it's not like me and I did cuss or fight, but just say what I say, I'm a walk away. I did not stand there 1 minute. The moment I saw her, I walk and talk. Where was he when I was at the house cursing? He was at my house looking for me. Where was he? He was at my house. He left her there, came looking for me, while I heard that he was there, and I went there. You know, it's just it's a sad situation. It is so sad that it's like a book without a cover. But every page of this situation, there was God. It wasn't the first time he tried to kill me. Let me make this clear. For all the people saying this and that, sometimes I wish I had somewhere to sit and tell my story. But I'm going to write this in a book. I am going to let my story be my book. And I'm going to publish my book. This story, I realize how much some people sit back, you know, and you just hear something and whatever your brain tells you, that's the way it works. It doesn't work like that. I'm not perfect. I am not the first or the only woman that dated a married man. But what do we call a married man? This man moved out his wife's house, lives in the same community with his wife, with a prostitute. This man that everybody praising as if he's somebody, moved. This is why the wife leave Jamaica for so long and leave the wife and the kids here and go live there where the woman has see with one like a dirty foot girl, as we will say in Jamaica. This is just one of the 1,000 things that this woman has to go through. He was dating his neighbor. She died in March. His neighbor for 9 years. Wow. For 9 years. So, the man is just somebody who respects nobody. And yes, Cleo.
I got a question. So, you know, with all that said and done, because that's his life, he has to give an account for his life at the end of the day. I'm happy that you found Jesus and you've turned a leaf and you're living a life now. And I'm happy that you're now independent. Definitely. You know, a lot of people have been reaching out to help you so that you can be on your foot because, you know, as women, we ought to uplift another woman. And a lot of us have been through the situation being with another woman's man or another woman's husband, whatever, because of whatever the situation was. But then, you know, we take a deeper look in ourselves, know our worth, and know that, no, this is not the life. So he has to give an account for his life. Now, what I want you to tell us, like, you know, just go down the path, a little bit of the death road that you went down. What happened? And then tell us the lesson that you have learned from this. We want to know what happened. What did he do? And I mean, I don't want you to go too much because I know it's in the courts. I know it's in the courts and I know you don't want to talk about it, but whatever you can share about visiting that death road, if you can share with us. Definitely. Because that will open up some of the women's eyes and ears who are taking men's money as well, because a lot of times women say them a con man, taking them things and all these things and not realizing the danger that lies ahead or that could await them also. You can go ahead, share. Did we lose you, Sharon? Can you hear me? Everything was going great. Come on, internet. Come on. Okay, so looks like she's on pause a little bit. So we are going to take a quick break. A quick break.
It's my burning desire to inspire the broken at heart, those who feel left by the wayside, with an aim to uplift their quality of living, to go harder, beat the odds. Many are feeling like a coward based on lack of resources, guidance, past rejections, but I'm here to tell y'all I am a coward who conquers. Your concern concerns me. Together we conquer. Here at Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring, we seek to bring guests each week who has a story to inspire, a story when told. It may reflect something that you've been through, or some places you've been in your life, or somebody you know who with this story can help. I am inviting you all to join me every Friday at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We seek to inspire with the hope of uplifting, because you don't want to stay in that valley experience. What time? 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fridays, where Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring, you know, on the gram, you know, on the book, you know, on the tube. Every Friday.
All right, guys, thank you for staying with us, and thank you for being patient and tolerating us, bearing with us with our special guest. So we're bringing her back on stage. Can you hear us now, Sharon? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
All right, so I want to, since we're having so much difficulty, we're not going to try to keep you long, but I want you this time to tell us about the death road that you visited,
Okay,
what happened, and also
on
the
the
lesson
fourth,
that you learned, the lesson that you learned
as I
as well.
said, let me take you through briefly.
It's getting to her delayed, I am assuming.
Okay, I've learned. Okay, after we argued about 4 hours that morning. We were arguing because of money and markets to buy food. However, he decided that I could have the money, but in the afternoon. He also decided that he will not pick me up in Ocherous. I should meet him in Steertown, which I did. When I went there and he driving, as I saw him, I saw something different that I could not explain, but I saw something different. He looks different. His eyes were different, and his voice sounded different. Driving, we were talking, and I had my phone and my head down, and I'm not paying it any mind, because all I'm thinking, go get the money, give me, let me do what I have to do, and that's it. And I wasn't paying any attention. I'm just driving. I did not feel like I was in any trouble or anything. I'm just driving. What I know, a spirit said to me, do not argue with this man in the lonely areas. And I was choosing to say less. However, upon crossing the intersection of Manig, I realized that he went straight across the main road. Driving, I'm like, Oh, the driving takes a long. If you turn off, it's not supposed to be a long drive. And the driving just continues. Then I felt like something spread over me. I just felt like something covered me. It was something dark. And when it covered me, my head just started swelling and I just felt this fear, you know, and then like my brain is saying, look where you're going, where you're going. And when I looked up, I noticed we wasn't on a broad road, we was on a narrow road. The road was only for one vehicle. And I also noticed there was no houses, no lights, no pedestrian, nothing. And immediately I said to him, where can I go, Keith? And he pressed on the gas and start go faster now. And I remember the left turn he took. And Mr. Keith, where can I go? Where can I go? You go see. You go see. And when he said that to me, and I look around upon him, he sprayed me. He had a bottle that he had in his side of the door. And when he took up the bottle, he sprayed me. And when he sprayed me, I went like this. And this is where I know and I can tell anybody God was in that car. Because when I went like this, the spray went back to his face. And the both of us was in the car still. Both of us was in the car, moveless. However, he got out of the car before me. I wanted to scream, but my mouth, you know, everything here was numb. I could not move. I could not speak. I don't know what he used to spray me, but it's obviously he stayed at home and planned my death, but he still did not ask God, should this girl dead? He did not ask God if I was supposed to be dead. When him come out of the car, I eventually gain a little strength and I get out of the car, but I fell. When I fell to the ground, he came over me with a baseball bat.
Wow.
And when he swung at me and gave me the first one, I was down on my knees and I cried out to Jesus. I said, God, this is where I'm gonna dead. Nobody will find me here. And I started to cry. I said, God, if I dead here, not even a funeral. And I said, Keith, don't do it. Him tell me about 3 bad word. And he said to me, his son was taken into bushes and murdered and left there. So therefore, he can do it to anybody. I said, Keith, I did not interfere with your son. I don't know your son. Your son don't know me. I wasn't living in Ocho when it happened. And him say, hey, girl, you're for dead. A murder man can yourself a murder you. I'm tired of you. I say, what you tired of me for? The truth? The truth? You're going to kill me for the truth? And I said to him, I know something is wrong. That's why I post you on Facebook. And when he hold the bat, he said to me, what you post on Facebook? I said, I post your picture, your name, your license plate, and your place of work. And I wrote underneath it, you are taking me to Manig. He said, hey, girl, why else to write? Because the minute I said Facebook, the heat that he was in came down. You could hear it in his voice. Wow. He going down. So I keep talking about what is on Facebook. I keep going on because I realized that I stopped getting the lick. And from now I get the lick, me can't talk. So when I'm talking now that he's on Facebook and him say, hey girl, you don't know what you do to man, you know. You don't know what you do to man. I say, what me do to you? And what you do to me, I want to come around me. And me tell you, say, you can't come in my house dirty. The man not talk to you without your smelling mouth, smelling like another female underneath. This is what I have to deal with on a daily basis. I cannot deal with that in my house. This was the problem. The smell that he wears, and he doesn't smell like that all the times. And when you talk about it, once you find him guilty, he want to roll thunder, and I will not have it because you're not God. You are not God. This is my place. This is me rent this and living here, so, and I choose what I want inside here.
Right.
However, when him said to me, say, go back in the what's it not care. By then I gain a little more strength and I moved back to the car. It took him a while to turn the car because, as I said, it was a narrow road. And when him turned the car, him said, you don't know, I'm going to start rubbing him head because him always love when me rub him head. I'm going to say, babes, me love you. One of the wickedest lie me tell the 45 years me on earth. I mean, I know how you feel come in a bush to kill me and me I tell about love. But me realize I'm a smooth down, so me I continue. Play smart and nice and calm. And when I drive out, me I said to myself, how me I come out of the car? Because most of the way back is bush. Most of the place that we were going back through is bush. And I said to myself, I will not go through Manning Town and head back through any bush with him because I don't know if he's gonna chip again. And I said, boy, you know, so I'm not to carry you back alive. So I tell myself, anytime I see crowd or a street light, I'm gonna snap again. Driving back, I start talking and I said to him, my pressure gets high. And I'm here reading comments. My pressure gets high. I don't mind you turn it off, that's me not see it, because once me read it, because sometimes these people, I don't care about Keith's son. I did not kill Keith's son. My child did not kill Keith's son. Probably Keith himself kill his son. Probably Keith himself kill his son, because until now, nobody know kill his son. There's no another female that comes forward that Keith did it to her in, what a place name, Cayman Islands. He did it to her years ago. She come forward and she's talking. I'm not the only person. And you female, because you date this man and feel like he's a good person because of his tongue or the nice things he said to you. This is a reality of who he is. Sexing with somebody doesn't make you know them until you actually live with them. Everybody meet people and date people and have different perspective of people. All my ex called me. Everybody called me, you know. People have different views and reviews. I'm actually telling you something that happened to me. You're telling me about Keith's son. I did not kill Keith's son.
No. What she's
I don't know
saying
what happened to Keith's son.
Hold on, Sharon. What she's saying is that he probably needs help, meaning that she's saying he's sick in his head, so he probably needs help as well. You know, he's probably going through trauma, so he probably needs help. She didn't mean anything negative.
Well, he cannot keep going around doing this to females. He cannot keep doing this to any female. No human being supposed to go through what I had to go through, because I've asked him umpteen times, stop coming around me. I've locked him out. I'm in the house and him calling, I'm not going out. The police has to be called at my house over and over because of him. One keep coming. Because him tell himself he's not stop coming until him kill me. That is it. Him not stop till him kill me. Why you stop now? You could have stopped before. You could have stopped before. The same way you fly away when the court session was in. You could have fly away and leave me alone. I don't have a passport. I don't travel. I don't own a passport. So if you really wanted was to get rid of me, you could have buy your ticket and go. Because that's where your wife is. Go. When he was trying to kill me, his wife wasn't in Jamaica. The poor woman sick and tired of his attitude because she knows a lot. She knows a lot. I've spoken to her before. And she always tells me, Sharon, let me tell you something. All that Keith is fooling your head with is a lie. I said, Debbie, I know Keith is very liar. He is so lie. I don't know if he named Keith Gardner. That's how lie he is. I don't know
take
what's his
us
name.
back,
I
take
don't
us
know
back,
nothing about him.
Sharon. Okay, so how did you escape? How did you escape all of this, Sharon?
Okay, after driving back now and I start crying for my headache, I said to him, I need a bottle of water and I need a lime. Because normally when the pressure is high and you squeeze the lime in the water, it sometimes reduce, carry down back the pressure to normal. And he stopped to get me the water. And when he stopped to get me the water, he did not come out of the car. He ordered the water through the window. So I didn't get a chance to run. But that person who has the water did not have the lime. So I keep asking for the lime. Okay. After the Manique police station, there is an area that they sell. It was a Saturday afternoon. So there are, probably a 5 or 6 person that has a little stuff trying to sell it. And he called somebody by them name and asked the person for a lime. Let me make this clear. Mr. Keith Gardner was born and grew into Manique. That's where he's from. That's the place that he spent his childhood. This is why he chose to take me there, because it would have been somewhere that he knows right through. In the midst of the dark, he will know if I should turn left or right. Right. And this is where he spent most of his lifetime. When he asked for the lime and the man said, yes, he has the lime, him pull him door because he has to go to the man now for the lime. It's not like the water man will come out the window, come deliver the water. The lime man sitting over his load, so he has to go and get the lime. Now, when he leave the car to go and get the lime, I open my door and I'm now on my feet. And I will use this opportunity to explain something. I am not afraid of Mr. Keith Gardner. Mr. Keith Gardner knows that I'm not afraid of him. He knows to kill me, he has to plan that good. Come in on a girl where I go hold and box me and kick me. I will not have none of it. No man that I've dated.
But I mean, nobody has any right to even put their hands on anybody, whether it be male or female, vice versa.
You cannot fight me. If you raise your hand, go. So once I'm on my feet, I said, give me my phone, because my phone start ringing now in his pocket. I said, give me my phone. I already told the police, 3 missed call, I'm in danger. Give me my phone, let me answer the phone. And when he looked at the phone, it was my daughter calling, and he answered her. And him said, Michaela, your mother all right, your mother alive. I saw Keith answer me, pick me and tell me, pick me.
Oh, wow.
Why you want to answer my phone that I'm okay, I'm alive? But it's supposed to dead. And if the police had acted from the 4th of July, all these could have, it's on the phone system where they could have found it. The trick that he calls me in the night and tell me what am I going to do when him get bail and if them lock him up. If the police had done their job to investigate my case, I wouldn't be here tonight trying to tell anybody anything, because the story would have been out. Anyway, he handed me the phone and I run back to the direction where the police station is, screaming for help, murder, help. When I ran there, the police came out. When they came out, they asked me, what is it? I said, Amanda, that time the car that they see him where. The car that they see. I said, Amanda just carried me up the road so to kill me. And he drive away with my door wide open, the side that I came out of, and keep move about 150. He drove away. Why would you running if you don't do anything? Why did you leave? Why did you leave? Why did you drive away from the station? Why were you leaving?
Wow. So, in other words, that was how you escaped there.
I ain't no bully. Bully for what? I'm a loud person. Yes, I speak loudly. Because when I speak, I want to make sure you hear what I'm saying. I am not a soft person. This is how I was grown. This is how I speak on a daily basis. When he meet me, this is the tone that I had.
Right.
It's not like he meet me shouting hallelujah.
Right. So
Yes,
after
that's
that,
how I escape.
right. So after that night, Sharon, we're not gonna get too much in the,
Sometimes,
but with that video,
sometimes
with that
it's nice
video,
to be
that
nice and it's nice to say it's stay nice, but sometimes
yes,
it hurt from within that you can hear it in my, even in my tone.
I can hear it, and you've stressed yourself, you've expressed yourself, you've emphasized what you've been through. Now, you mentioned that you've not gotten counseling or any therapy. Would you like to get
What's the
therapy?
question, Cleo?
Would you like to get therapy? I know that you've mentioned earlier that no one has ever mentioned about you helping you to get counseling. Would you like to get counseling? It's going through a bit delayed, guys.
Sure.
Okay, guys. So, as you've heard it from our special guest, Sharon Frazer, she's willing to get counseling. So, if there's anyone who is willing to help us to help her to get
Oh,
counseling,
definitely.
we
Definitely.
would definitely appreciate you reaching out to either her or us here at Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring. And before she goes, I'm sure we will allow her to give out any contact if she would love to give out her contact. We would definitely love to help her. Now, with that
Oh,
being
sure.
said,
I would definitely like to have counseling or therapy.
all right, so we will try our best to help you, Sharon. That's what we're here for. We didn't just bring you on this program to be just telling your story. That's one of the main reasons why we're here to uplift, inspire, motivate, elevate, edify, and help one to get out of their valley experience. Someone who's feeling at their wits' end, someone who's feeling that there is no one there for them to help them, who's wondering what an inspiration can do and who will inspire them or even help them to get out of that valley experience. So that's what we here at Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring we do. And we're not saying that we are the best, but we try to be different and we try to collaborate with others so we can help others who really need help. Now, what I want to ask you, Sharon, you've escaped that. Now, since that viral video, since that video when you were in the town went viral, have the court system done anything since then?
I've gotten phone calls. I've gotten a court date on the phone. That's it.
Okay. All right. Now,
That's it.
do you think they are doing enough for you? I mean, I'm just asking.
No. Nobody business with you in Jamaica. Nobody cares about you. Nobody business with you. In the beginning, everybody call and within a day or two.
Right. All right. So you said that before you were out in the world, you were on the other side of the fence. Now, let me ask you, where are you today, Sharon Frazer? Where are you today in your life as it relates to you having a relationship with the Mosa, or are you still out there? What are you doing for yourself? We would like to know what's going on with you on a positive
Where
note.
am I? Okay, on a positive note, Sharon is now more comfortable in Sharon. I've gotten baptized. Yes. I now find myself can talk to God more. I am not afraid to pray. Nobody can interrupt my prayer anymore. I can pray now for anything that I want. And whatever I ask God for, He makes sure He supply my needs. Right now, I'm trying to do some buy and selling for myself. This is something that I do every day. It feels good. It's good to know that I can get up, go to Kingston, get my stuff, come back, you know. It's a good feeling, but I've started something and so far it might not be what I really want to do because there's always room for improvement. But I have to give thanks for what I have now and where I am now. So if you notice, my cheeks are getting very fat because I'm happy. And when I said to you, I'm happy, I'm truly happy. I'm really happy. I'm now light. Yes. I don't know if I should call any name, but a friend of mine send me some money and I tell myself I'll use this money and start my own business. And
There
I
you
go
go.
to Kingston and I buy a little. I sell them off and I go back and I buy some more. I sell them and I go back and I buy more of the more. And it feels good. It feels good. I don't have to ask anybody for food. I now can eat. I don't have to argue with anybody tomorrow morning if I want to go to the market. Thanks be to God. I can get up and go to the market if I want to go to the market. And I just want to use this opportunity to say to that person, thank you. Thank you for making me now feel like a lady because it feel good enough. When you come in and I
Yes,
check your little money where you make for the day, you know, it feel good. And I'm
that's right.
getting the support from the people who say, come. May I buy from you, you know, come now, nobody kill you for the money, you know. And you know, sometimes we joke about it, you know, because I have to try and smile a lot. I can't cry
Yes,
every day. I cannot sad
yes,
every day. But within myself, I'm truly happy. Um, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, man. It feel good to be independent. It
yes,
feel
yes.
good to be my own businesswoman. It feels
That's
good.
right. There you
It
go.
really feels good. I just want to say to God be the glory, great things He has done. And I'm going to use the opportunity to tell anybody who feel like giving up, hold on in a Christ.
Amen.
Hold on in Christ. Because there is no other way but shame and disgrace, embarrassment, where you know
That's right.
deserve. Just hold
That
on
is
in
so
a Christ.
true.
If you only believe, you don't need nothing more. Just pray and believe so He can take you out of any situation. But when you pray, just believe in what you ask Him for, because He will truly, it might be not on time all the time, but whatever He promised you to do, He will do it. Because He have done it
That's
for me and He can do it for you if you only believe. Thank you.
that's right. That's right. Now, very great words right there for our viewers, our conquerors, and more the world at large. Sharon Frazer, we acknowledge your strength, your boldness, your fearlessness, like none other. For someone to have gone, visited death road, almost lost their lives, to be willing to share that story, that means you are at a point where you are getting or have gotten over it, knowing that God is the author and the finisher of your life. Now, I want to ask you, do you have any message for any woman, any girl who is out there having to depend on a man, whether it be a married man or not, this time? Do you have any word for them? Can you hear me, Sharon? Yes, I was asking you, you know, I empathize with you because I said, like you said, these kinds of relationship, they bring nothing but disgrace, things that we would call upon ourselves that we don't deserve because we're
sure,
more than...
I'll always have a word for any female out there. Once you start feeling uncomfortable, yes, I'm hearing you. I will say to my sisters out there, sometimes dating somebody, it feels good, and you know, we just want to say yes, we are in a relationship or we are dating this person for a year or 2 or 5 or 10. But my sister, I'm saying to you, if you're not happy, you don't need to stay. The minute you start have X amount of doubt and you can prove something is wrong, walk away. Don't let nothing, don't let anything, because some of us knows the truth. We feel the truth because we ain't stupid. Women are very smart. We're smart people. We knows the truth. We sees the truth.
Yes.
But because we want to tell our friends we're dating this man for 3 years, 2 years, we sit in it. And I'm asking any female at this time, you're in thing, you know it's unhealthy, you know you're unhappy, you know you're not in nothing name. Boy, sometimes some of the shipper we talk about are not even boat. Walk away. Yes. Walk away. Save yourself. You might not be as lucky as I am. I am not even lucky. I am blessed. And that's anybody that use their mouth to tear me down, you realize that God elevate me more.
There you go.
Realize, oh, God, I bless me because He knows I'm speaking the truth. I could be suffering. But God knows the truth, and any true Christian hear my story that knows God knows that I'm speaking the truth. I know there are people who is ignorant for whatever reason, but all I ask you, please don't allow this man to do it to any of your family member, because that person might not be as blessed as I am to come and tell my story. The amount of female that died last year by the spouse. And I get up, when I walk with pride. When I put on my clothes, I dress myself with pride, because I am walking above my grave.
That's right.
I am still breathing. I am still breathing. A lot of females are not breathing tonight because we lost out on that opportunity. A lot of females are not breathing tonight. And I just want to say again to God Himself, thank on July 4th, and for sparing my life. I've made you a promise that I will keep. It doesn't matter how rough it look. It doesn't matter who you see me with. It doesn't matter where you see me. I have made God a promise, and I will keep it. I know I'm not perfect. I know I'm far from being perfect. But because of the
Sure.
4th of July,
Sure.
I
I
hold
remember.
this one to you. And I will hold on. It doesn't matter
That's
how
right.
rough it gets.
Something
I
just
will
came back
hold on.
real quick, Sharon.
I think I've lost you again, Cleopatra.
Yeah, I was talking to you, and you mentioned that a church, a particular
I
church,
no matter what's
that
time
you
flow.
were affiliated with. Looks like we lost her. But I had a question because sometimes these churches are the first one to condemn, our fellow brothers and sisters. I don't know the reason behind that, but I wanted her to share a little bit about she being shunned by some church members before she go. I'm trying to get her back, guys. Talisa, from what you've heard so far, good night, Deandra. Thank you for joining us, woman of God. Okay, thanks for joining us back, Sharon. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you, Cleo.
Okay, one quick question I want you to address before we go. I know time is winding down and I don't want to keep you that long either. While we were talking, you mentioned that some church people shun you. And I was telling the people, our conquerors, our viewers around the world, that church people are the first set of people at times to shun our brothers and sisters and to condemn them, and they're not Christ. You understand? They're quick to judge. Can you just share with us a little bit about that experience?
Yes. Okay. You have church people that will normally calls me, talk with me, shout to me, heal me. And from they hear the story, everybody just, my phone don't ring anymore. Nobody asks me how I do anymore. And, I just keep smiling. I just look and I said, Lord, I just can imagine what Jesus went through after
That's right.
trying to be good. And then people come and they said, stone him. This is how I feel at times. People who I thought would I even have my back, a little prayer, even every now and then. They didn't even care if I eat, but I am serving God and not any special person. When I pray to God, and I'm not praying to any man. When I cry to God and not any man. And the only person I think that I owe any apology, it has to be Jesus, because
That's right.
he died for me. He gave his life for me. And he knows what really happened on the 4th of July. So I am so happy within myself. Because me know say Jesus just sit down and look for me and say, yes, me pitney. You are speaking the truth. And he will not stop me from speaking. I will speak once I have breath in my mouth. I will always tell this story and it will never change because it's not something that I made up.
Wow. I hope we don't lose her again. There we go. She's going to be joining us back, guys. We're almost wrapping up, and we do thank you so much for joining us this another Friday to listen to our special guest as we ourselves listen and learn a thing or two from our special guest. And tonight you've heard it from our special guest, Sharon Frazer, straight out of Jamaica. As you know, the statistic these days, I've said it before, when it comes to women and children, it's like they are being targeted, and we have to protect our women, our children, our men as well. But our men, I think, are targeting our women and our children for whatever reason. You've heard recently in the news with that 20 something year old accountant who was killed by someone who she trusted. And you've heard of numerous other stories, some who are not even found today. And this has to stop. We do not, we don't, we don't condone those kinds of behaviors. And we're here to highlight stories as well, to let people know exactly what's really going on, because sometimes until it hits your backyard or your front yard or in your house, then you're going to say something different. Like she said earlier, church people used to reach out to her, but then since the incident, they kind of shun her. And we would have expected that that would be the time when she would be relying on their empathy, at least, because no one can cast any stones. We've all sinned. We've all erred in one way or the other. So I'm not here to judge, because I too have been down that road. And a lot of people looked at me, probably scorned me. But guess what? The only person who I report to, as she would say, is the Most High One. He's the only one I can apologize to. At the end of the day, I mean, yes, we can apologize to a person, an individual, but at the end of the day, the person who has the last report or the last say is the Most High, the one who created us. So thank you for joining us, Jacqueline. How are you doing? He never gives up on us, my dear. There you go. He never gives up on us. So Talisa, what do you have to say while we try to reconnect her and then wrap up?
Okay, good night again. I want to say that I'm glad that she was able to get out of the situation when she did, because, as you said, there are a lot of people who haven't been found, who didn't get, their families didn't get any closure, they didn't get any justice. And for those who were able to tell their story, they still didn't get any justice, maybe due to the justice system that's set in the country for whatever reason. I do empathize with those who, are still hurt, still have PTSD from whatever may have happened, still struggling with the trauma that they have endured. And I want to say that, confide and trust within the Lord, as you have been hearing since night. And I hope that you someday get the justice that you need and deserve. And for the families who have not gotten closure, maybe their relative has not been found, they haven't heard anything, I hope that you find peace someday and you get some form of closure in one way or another.
That's right. We're not here to judge her, and I hope no one here is also judging her, because we too have a story. If it's not like this, it's something similar or otherwise. We never know when we could be in a situation. Like she said, she had somebody else and this man got involved. He tried to ruin her other relationship. And then knowing that he had a wife, but the lifestyle that he chose, and like, one of our viewers said that there is a price for immorality. So we also have to take into consideration that as well, that when we're not doing something that is pleasing to the Lord, then we have to pay the price when we indulge in such kinds of behavior. And men too, if you know that you don't want someone, stop playing around. I was going to ask her what's the word that she has for men as well, not just the women, but men, if you know that you have your wife or you have your woman who lives with, just stay put. I mean, I'm sure you're not bound. No one holds any gun at your head or has you in chains. If you want to leave, then leave. Or if you want to pray about it, if you believe in such a supreme being as God, then pray about it and just take yourself away, or just stop playing around with other people's emotions and feelings, because or even want to kill them on top of it. That's really ridiculous. That's crazy. That's insane. What kind of person is that? Like another, the same guest said, see, he too may need therapy. And as you've heard, guys, Sharon is saying that, night, Pastor Providence, thank you for joining in. she says she's willing to get therapy. She's willing to get counseling. So if you guys can, talk along with us, and you can reach out to us here at Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring. We have a WhatsApp 239-404-6147. Again, 239-404-6147, or you can email us at ladiesupliftingandinspiring@gmail.com. Or I will ask her, I'm not sure she's going to be able to rejoin us tonight, but if she wants to give out her information, we will post it on the Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring page on Facebook, where you can reach out to help her to get that counseling and therapy. And I know, yes, prayer works, but still yet, if we can help her to get counseling, we will try our best to do that. And in the meantime, I also want to share something. As you guys know, what's going on in St. Vincent. If you've not heard, there was a volcano that erupted about a week or so, or some time recently, and we're trying to help. And I have gotten information here where we can reach out, where this time we're not going to wonder if the people who really need the help, if they're going to get the help or not. And I have gotten someone who gave me a link where it's going to go directly to them. They're actually on the ground. It's a ministry. They're on the ground in St. Vincent. So if we reach out to that link, the location is actually in Brooklyn, New York, but there's a link as well that you can actually click, get more information where you can help. All right, so I'm actually going to play that information here, so that for those of you who are willing and able to donate to the people in St. Vincent at this time, you can actually do so. So just bear with me, guys. I'm actually looking for the link so that I can put the information out there so that you can reach out and help those who are in need. You never know when you are going to need the help. So each one, reach one, help one. All right? So just bear with me, guys. All right.
On St. Vincent, a huge explosion rocked the island, and the volcano there keeps erupting, blanketing it with ash and debris. Plumes spread across the Caribbean as well. La Soufrière, spewing ash almost 6 miles into the air.
Those on St. Vincent are preparing for the worst as the La Soufrière volcano continues to erupt.
Authorities say at least 20,000 people close to the volcano are being evacuated. On St. Vincent, a huge explosion rocked the island, and the volcano there keeps erupting, blanketing it with ash and debris. Plumes spread across the Caribbean as well. La Soufrière, spewing ash almost 6 miles into the air.
Those on St. Vincent are preparing for the worst as the La Soufrière volcano continues to erupt.
Authorities say at least 20,000 people close to the volcano are being evacuated.
All right, guys, there you have it. I just wanted to show that little clipping there with what's going on or what happened in St. Vincent a few weeks ago. So if you're willing and able, you can reach out to us. I have already gathered some stuff together. Tomorrow, I will be going to West Palm Beach to drop off some of the items, and I'm still collecting stuff. So if you want to reach out to us, feel not afraid or ashamed, or if you know anybody. But like I said, I do have a link. I'm going to post it in the description of this live, as well as I'll be posting it on the page as well, so you can see directly the link if you don't have time to find it in the description here. I will be posting it so you can click the link and you can donate or participate by giving back to our people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines at this time. All right, guys, so we just want to say thank you for bearing with us this evening. Thank you for bearing with us this evening. And thank you for your patience. I'm just trying to talk to the guests here. We thank you for your patience, and thank you for tuning in every Friday with us. I also want you to know that come next week, starting May, our next show after today is going to be on May 2. Okay, it's going to be on Sunday evening at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like I mentioned some weeks ago, last week we were not here live. I mentioned before that we will be broadcasting in Ghana and the UK, and hence the reason for our shift of date and time. So our next live after today will be on May 2. Please check that, make sure I'm saying the correct day. It's going to be the first Sunday in May at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, so our special guest, she said she wants to rejoin us. And just to give her final words, Talisa, in the meantime, what else do you have to say?
Just that if you're in a situation, even if it's not similar to what Miss Sharon was in, where, if you're in a situation where you're being abused, whether mentally, physically, emotionally, or you're just unhappy, it may be hard for you to leave, but by all means, please try to leave the situation. Miss Claire, do you have anything to say to them? Oh, no. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, my dear.
I also wanted to say, I forgot a minute ago. If you were in a situation and you got out, but you're afraid to speak up, it's never too late to bring the situation to the justice system. The police, a lawyer, or whoever.
But it's a shame to see the justice system in Jamaica, and I'm not holding down my mouth and speak. It's so sad. Right now they're so engaged and so up into this whole, this whatever, this. But there are people still dying in the country. There are people whose cases are still open. And from what that video that was going viral when she first, she's not seen this man for all this time since the court was in session, and was being told, as per her words, that they were saying he's not on the island. What kind of corrupt justice system do we have? Like, what are they doing? Like, everyday women and children, like I said, women, children, elderly are being killed. And what is being done, Mr. Prime Minister? Like, we're here crying out. We are citizens of Jamaica, are concerned as to what are you doing on the grounds, what plans are being implemented to save our people. The same effort that we're placing on what's going on right now, which that is not even a fraction of the killing that's happening. Come on now, what are we doing to save our women and our children? Of any age, that is. As you see, how many of them are still missing. Like, we need to do something. We have to do something. So Looks like she's not going to be able to rejoin us again. We just want to thank you, our viewers, for joining us again and making it Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring each week. It's such a blessing to see you here, you participating, you listening, and also, again, you could have been elsewhere, but you chose to be with us. So do come back next week for more on Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring. You know what? You could have been elsewhere, but you chose us. And also be live with us anytime, anywhere on Fridays. Okay, looks like she joined us. So here we go. Okay, Sharon, so we are wrapping up right now. Can you hear us?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm hearing you.
Right, we were just talking about the justice system in Jamaica, how corrupt it is, and there's nothing that's being done about it. No effort is being placed to fix what's going on as it relates to other things that are really, not even super where the things that are really happening. Like, I'm not saying everything is not important, but what we have to learn to do is to put things in a category where we put urgent and important, then we talk about urgent, then we talk about important, and then we talk about not so urgent, not so important. So that's what we're here talking about, because we've been losing too many of our women, our girls, our children, and elderly, and nothing's being done. People are going missing. Nothing is being done. No effort is not being placed on those things. And I'm speaking out as a citizen who is concerned, who is a citizen of Jamaica. But we want to thank God for grace and mercy, as Patricia says. Ms. Fagan, thank you for joining, even though we're wrapping up. But yes, we thank God for grace and mercy and for forgiveness as well, because what would we be? Where would we be without him? Because greater is he that is within us than he that is of the world. I would just want to thank God that you are alive today, Miss Frazer, to tell your story. And not only that, you're rejoicing. You're giving God all the glory and the thanks and praise that belongs to him. So with that being said, I was asking you, do you have any words for the men who keep going around and doing these things, preying on people who are vulnerable? All right. So what we're going to do, we just lost her. It was going through to her delayed. She was hearing us, but it was going through delayed and we just lost her. So Talisa, let's just wrap up. We just call it a night until May 2. And we're just going to say a little prayer before we close, as we always do. You want to lead us off in prayer tonight?
Sure. Dear God, I want to thank you for making us live to see this day. I want to thank you for providing us with our roof over our heads, providing us with good health. I want to thank you for blessing us with a platform in where ladies and men can come and share their stories to inspire and educate others. I want to thank you for the viewers who tune in weekly. I also want to thank you that you were there, Miss Sharon, helping her throughout her journey to Christ. And overall, I just want to thank you for life overall, for each and giving life to each and every one of us here, wherever in the world we are. Again, I want to say thank you. In your name I pray, amen.
Amen, guys. We just want to remember our brothers and our sisters. Be our brothers, sisters, and keepers. And yeah, as Pastor would say, thanking him for sparing our lives, because my God, even though we know that if we're living a life that is true and pleasing to him, we don't have to worry where we're going when we die. But at the end of the day, we just have to thank him for life, which is the greatest gift. Thank him for his salvation to give us another chance, even in this time, guys. So, just look into ourselves. Look where you are today. If you believe in Okay. Okay, got you. If you believe in God, just, look where you are today. Seek his face because there's nothing better today. Nothing. When everything else fails, he never fails. Even though, like she said, he may be a God who his timing may not be on our timing, but he never fails. He always answers. So, with that being said, guys, have yourself a wonderful weekend and enjoy. I'll see you during the week, but I'll see you on May 2nd or May 2, Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's your lady, Queen Cleopatra from Ladies Uplifting and Inspiring with your Princess, Talisa. See you guys. Have a blessed night.